I Walk with Monsters is easily my top read of last week and will probably make my top 10 list of the year. Before I get into telling you why, I am Trinity. Welcome back to 2nd Street, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today, where I am reviewing I Walk with Monsters, issue number 1, being published by Vault Comics. Now, before I get into what I love so much about this story, I gotta kind of let you know that, I have 3 kids myself, and there's not anything I wouldn't do in the world to keep them safe out of harm's way, and especially from child predators. Having been victimized when I was a child myself, it's something that I'm kind of passionate about. And if you've ever been through any kind of past traumatic experiences or anything like that, a lot of times these are things that strengthen your convictions. Maybe it's something that you hold on to. It's definitely something you hold on to for the rest of your life. But whether you choose the path of victimhood and letting it drag you down, or whether it's going to be a source of strength for you to carry on through the rest of your life, that's something that we're dealing with here in I Walk with Monsters, issue number 1. Now, this book is being written by Paul Cornell. The artist is Sally Cantirino, and the colorist is Dearbhla Kelly, and the letterer is And World Design. I'll show you those names right there, where you can take a look at those. Now, this book right here, we get introduced to a couple of characters, Jacey and David, who we see are going out and hunting down, using supernatural forces, if you will, to go and hunt down child predators. And we see that they are doing this as they are going kind of out on these missions, these jobs, if you will, to track down these child predators. We kind of see that their process a little bit, but we also get a little bit of a backstory into our first, one of our main characters here, where we're getting these flashbacks of her growing up on this farm and with her brother and her, well, we're guessing father. It looks like father from what we're being told in the story. And we're getting all of these flashbacks kind of dealing with how she came to be where she is at here in issue number 1. What we don't get is the backstory of her partner. Now, the thing that's interesting here is the way that all of this is done. We see that they go out on a mission. They do bring, I guess you could say they they exercise and they dole out some justice to a child predator here in issue number 1, and then they go on looking for their next, hunting down their next person, and they end up going to this state fair. Now, this kind of brings back some more memories of this our one main character here, Jacey. Now, the thing that's interesting here is if you've ever been through a traumatic experience, or even no matter what it is, the thing that you remember is, no matter what age it is, even when you're a child, especially when you're a child, like I said, these things shape the rest of your life. But you remember things that you probably wouldn't otherwise remember. You remember the things with very vivid with very vivid images in your head. You will, smells, sights, visuals, just things like that really bring you back, that will kind of bring you back into that place. And like I said, something happened to me when I was a child, and these things were always perpetrated a lot of times by loved ones or people that we know. So it's again, it's something that plays into our whole lives, and we're seeing that in this story, where she's having these flashbacks to her childhood and some of the traumatic experiences that she had went through. But that's what's something they're doing in this book, where we're getting a lot of these things, these things that people remember in these times, these traumatic experiences, because it's something that's very real. Having gone through some of that stuff myself, I completely understand, and it's something I see in this book I really do enjoy. Now, we can see the layers here that they are doing within this story. Now, the thing that we didn't get was our other main character here, I'm guessing main character, who's working with Jacey. His name is David, and we don't really know why he's with her, why he's working with her, how that came to be. Like I said, everything that's kind of going on here and the way it's going on makes me think that there's a little bit more to their relationship here and how they came together and be together when hunting down these child predators. But that's just some of the things that I really enjoy about this book. Paul Cornell just writing this with some very, very great layers. Now, the art in here by Sally Cantirino is really beautiful as well. I thought this art was really good. It got that very indie look to it, but it's got that vault look. You know, they have this. You kind of like, I have these expectations of vault and what I know to expect out of one of their books. You know, like you go to McDonald's, you know what that Big Mac or those French fries or that Coca-Cola is going to taste like every time. That's kind of like what it's like when you open up a vault book. You kind of, you know, like the quality of the book itself. You know what you're getting, but also the art and the story inside. You know, they kind of have, you know, that thing you know to expect. Sometimes they get some that break the mold and are a little bit different, but this one falls right in line with a lot of that. And the art in this book, again, is just really good. And I like the colors in here that they use throughout. Dearbhla Kelly just doing a really good job with this, as well as the lettering by And World Design. Just everything going on in here is really good. I like this art style. I think it fits this story, and I like the story going on in this book. And I am telling you, the reason this is going to make my top 10 probably of this year is the subject matter itself. Again, it's something that, you know, like having gone through experiences myself, it's not something I enjoy reading about, but when I do, when there's a story that's really good that I feel needs to be told, I think it's really good when writers and comic books and just things touch on this. Even movies is really great, especially when they can tell a really good, compelling story. And just what I got here out of issue number 1 of I Walk with Monsters, it seems like it's going to be that story. But I guess we'll see in December when issue number 2 comes out. Will this book make my top 10 of 2020? It's really hard to tell right now, but as far as I can see from issue number 1, it's going to be there on the list. But I want to know from you, have you read I Walk with Monsters issue number 1? If not, why not? Does this not sound like a story that would interest you? Like I said, for me, it really does, because it's something, this subject matter is something that is something that has personally affected me. So these kinds of things, I don't really necessarily take them personal, but they pull me in on that personal level and get me invested in a way, just like I Walk with Monsters issue number 1 did. Thank you so much for being here today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. I totally understand. But if you do like this video, make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. If you'd like to become a channel member, hey, consider doing that, and make sure that you share this video out with your friends as well. Thank you all so much for being here today. You have a good day. Go out and read some awesome comic books like I Walk with Monsters, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.